Hey, what's up, everyone? Happy Friday. How's everyone doing today? See a few of you out there already.
Ignore my background. I know it's a mess.
Oh, it's all good. It's all good. See if you out there already. Don't be shy. Say hi in the live chat. Hi, Dre, Grace, Kenneth. Hello. Bombs. I can't hear my knowledge bombs. Come on. Let me reset this real quick here.
No problem.
What's up?
Stefan, my man. Hi, everyone. Happy Friday. Oh, yeah.
Thank God. Thank God it's Friday.
You're on the East Coast, right? So it's very a little later.
I am, yeah. I'm in New York.
There you go. Love it. See here. If you're just tuning in, we have Grace Frohlich, is that right? Grace Frohlich, I say that correct?
Yep.
Grace
Yeah.
Frohlich.
Yeah, you're right.
AI user journeys for SEO, all right? Be sure to get your notebooks ready. You can always pause on the replay if you want to catch something, but be sure to ask questions. If you want to clarify something, be sure to ask questions while you're on live. We got about a little more, less than 8 minutes to go. We got a great episode upcoming. Do have a few more SEO in 2025 books left. If you want a copy, if you are in the United States, please shoot me an email with your address at dre@seo.video. JP, my man. Hey. Happy Friday. Kobe says, great topic today. Yes, it is.
Nice. Yeah, you're going to love it.
Looking forward to it. A lot of excited viewers here. Get your questions ready. I met Grace in the Asian in Search Slack community. It's a great community. If you are an Asian in search,
yeah,
be sure to check it out. All right.
Must be Asian.
Ernesto, yo, what's up, my man Ernesto? Upcoming events for you? Are you going to be speaking at anything that's coming up?
I am. I'm going to be speaking at the Women in Tech SEO Fest in Philly in October. So,
oh, nice.
Yeah, it's going to be really great.
What's the topic?
The topic is not user journeys. It's AI related, so doing is your website AI ready? Doing sort of like an audit on your site.
Nice. So you're gonna be talking about like LLMs and all that great stuff.
Yeah.
Love it. Fletcher says, "What's up, Dre or Grace and Dre? What's up,
yeah,
Fletcher?"
Hi. What up? Wait, Dre, you're in California, right?
Yeah, California, and
Yeah.
the Valley area. So.
Oh, okay, yeah. I think I remember that. I'm from San Diego originally.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, so you were like when we're that year for trip where Brighton SEO was at.
Yeah, that's right.
Attic says, "Happy Friday, everyone! Happy Friday!"
Happy Friday.
Did you get my agenda for today?
I did.
Okay, cool. Is everything good?
Yeah, I've got it. Yep.
All right.
We're good.
So, hello from Seattle, Washington. Another fellow West Coaster. Where's our Asian search buddies? I haven't seen anyone say hi yet.
Yeah. Better get on that.
Oh, what's up, guys? Oh, yeah. We got less than about 4 more minutes to go, guys. If you are just tuning in, we have Grace Frohlich. And we'll be talking about AI user journeys for SEO. How to use AI to build a user journey map for SEO. Be sure to check that out. Dre, do you also DJ MC for weddings and parties? I don't DJ, but I MC. I used to MC my own parties. You didn't know I was a nightclub promoter out here in the Bay Area in the early 2000s. I had the biggest, my largest party was at the Cow Palace. I had over about 6,000 people show up to that event. Yeah, so it was
a lot.
It was a Halloween event. It was a Pimps and Pros event. So
wow, okay.
It was a very lingerie, glamour type event.
Sounds weak.
But I also was one of the larger Asian promoters that promoted Asian events on a Wednesday night, City Nights in San Francisco.
Nice.
Yeah.
I miss San Francisco.
I mean, it's not the same. It's not the same as it was before.
That's what I hear. Yeah.
I mean, even the nightlife scene is not what it used to be when I used to be around. I mean, it was cracking.
Yeah.
I mean, actually, when the tech scene came into San Francisco, they pretty much bought up all the nightclubs and space and areas, and they were just like, what became more popular are just like the more dive bars, and people enjoyed that more than just like the night.
I see.
Clubbing.
Okay.
Yeah, about a few more minutes ago, I sent out a shout out. Oh, there we go. Debbie, hello.
Debbie.
There we go. Asian research conqueror. Debbie did. Hand pink waving. I can't see that in my.
I'm not sure what that means, but yeah.
It's probably one of those emojis on YouTube that my software can't read. George, where you at?
Yeah.
Say hi, George.
He'll show. I think he'll show.
So do you work out of? Are you back and forth within the office, or you work from home? From
I work from home. Okay. There is a New York office. I just personally get more done at home.
Nice.
But yeah, I'll go into the office for like meetings and a little bit of socialization. But yeah, it's mostly home. Yeah.
George
yes, George. He better show. I think he will.
exactly. Hey, come on. And Paul, I see Paul on there too. James, Vera, yo, what's up? Oh, I got 15 seconds to go. I'm gonna put you on mute real quick. I'm gonna start the intro. All right.
Yeah. Hey, time to get it started. No delay. Let's work. Wanna see you be an SEO expert. Paul Andre de Vera, steady dropping knowledge. Over 15 years in the game, so he knows all about it. Master the art of SEO. You will be amazed. Time to get your brand off page to on page. Dropping knowledge, legendary for sure. Whether you're just getting started or self-employed entrepreneur. Yeah, let's go. Subscribe to the SEO video show.
Hey, welcome to another episode of the SEO video show where SEO is alive and fun. My name is Paul Andre de Vera, aka Dre, and I curate SEO videos released within the past week. It's about 1-minute clips. My favorite part of the show is when I get to introduce my guest, and today's guest is Grace from the Senior SEO Manager at Brain Labs. Before we get started, let's say what's up to everyone in chat. I see James, Debbie, Laude, Carol, Maddox, Fletcher, Ernesto, JP, Kobe, Natalie, Kenneth, Stefan, Latanya. Wow, there's a bunch of you out there. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Now let's get on with the show.
Hey Dre, why do SEOs love the farmer's market? Lots of organic content.
All right. So I didn't see any new updates from Google, but be sure to check out Google I/O. A lot of great stuff that people are predicting that will be coming out. A lot of it's on AI, so be sure to check out Google I/O. You can register now. Go to, I think, io.google. Go ahead and search and register right there. Again, I didn't have any time to cut up my 1-minute clips this week, so I'm gonna go straight into the interview. But before we do that, here's a word from our sponsor. Did you know a press release alone isn't enough? Visibility is key. You need a multi-platform strategy to share your story across news, audio, video, and social media. Welcome to Magic PR, where your press release transforms into a powerful media experience, maximizing exposure and engagement. We distribute your release to top outlets like Yahoo Finance, Bloomberg, Business Insider, and more. Plus, your release is SEO optimized, ensuring better search rankings. But we don't stop there. We turn your press release into a podcast, distributing it across 25 platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and SoundCloud. Then, we create a social media content for Facebook, X, and Instagram, and even transform your story into a video press release for YouTube and top media sites. Video drives over 80% of higher engagement, and short-form content is king. We make viral videos for your YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, and more. At Magic PR, we don't just publish, we amplify. Get your press release seen, heard, and shared everywhere. Visit magicpr.com today and take your brand to the next level. Now let's introduce our guest. Grace is an SEO Senior Manager at Brain Labs. She enjoys sharing strategic processes and insights on Whiteboard Fridays. She is also smoking at Bright SEO, WTS Fest, and Search Lab. Please welcome Grace Frohlich. Hold on. That's the wrong intro. Let me redo this real quick.
Amazing. Oh, I can't hear you, Dre. Sorry.
How about now?
Yes.
Okay.
Perfect.
All right.
Okay.
Man, all these technical difficulties. Sorry about that.
Yeah, it's the solar flares.
Oh man, there we go. Thank God it's Friday. Welcome everyone. So this is the first question that I ask all my SEO professionals that come on here. In 1 minute or less, how does Grace get ranking on page 1 of Google?
Ooh, okay. It's all about search intent. You're gonna hear me say this a lot today. Search intent. You have to match your customer's search intent with the content on your site.
All right. First knowledge bomb of today. Let me rewind this real quick. Hold on. Take us way back, way back. When did you first get into SEO?
Ooh, pre-pandemic.
Okay.
Yeah, I was in New York. I was working in the fashion industry.
Mhm.
I worked for like 10 years, and then after 10 years, I was like, I'm done with this. Let's try something different. And then, yeah, actually, a lot of people don't know this. I got an internship at AMSIV. It was Path Interactive at that point. But yeah, I worked under Lily Ray's team as an intern. So that's pretty much how I fell into SEO. And I mean, I loved it. So obviously, I'm still here.
Love that. Okay, so what part of SEO did you love? I mean, what get you so interested in not like paid search or social or anything like that?
Yeah, I love that you're continuously learning.
Mhm.
It's evolving even now. Like there's always something new to learn. It's challenging in that way, and I really really love that.
Mhm.
Of course, I also love the conferences
Oh
and like
yeah.
speaking at conferences.
Speaking of conference, yeah. I mean, tell me more about you speaking at conferences because you spoken at a Brighton SEO, which is a huge
Hmm.
conference, right? And then the Women of Tech SEO, and then also
Yep.
the Search Lab. I mean, these are three
Yeah.
big events. I mean, how's that experience been like? And I'm curious, like for those out there that do want to get into speaking at conferences, what's that probably tip that you can give for them?
Yeah, I mean, ever since honestly, I watch videos of like, the OGs, right? Rand Fishkin, Will Critchlow, like speaking at those conferences, and I was like, I want to do that.
Oh, great.
So yeah, in terms of like tips, I guess, first of all, believe in yourself. Like if you really want to do it, you can do it. And then second, surround yourself with a community that supports you.
Mhm.
And I'm not just talking about like, emotional support. I'm talking about like people who will critique or help you get there, like critique your talks, give you really good feedback,
Mhm.
um, and like help you get there essentially. I mean, that's basically how I ended up speaking. Like I had really great connections, really great friends to
Mhm.
help me get to that point.
Love it, love it. Yes, and if you guys are not into like communities, I mean, you can also join a bunch of communities. I mean, like other communities, not necessarily like you can join masterminds, whether they're paid or free. I mean, these are great places for you to kind of really get some practice and get some feedback. I think feedback's like the
Hmm.
most underrated thing that anyone can get on improving anything. I mean, you and I met through Asians in Search, and we have Debbie
Yep.
here is also from Asians in Search. So we want to like if you want to join a community, be sure to join it so you can actually get some feedback on whether it's speaking or even on your own strategies. You know, you can get
Hmm.
things where people can ask to test something out, like, hey, can you look something for me, or how's this looking for you? I mean, you can get some insider stuff with these communities that's not shared publicly. So. Yeah, great
Yeah,
stuff
for
there. Great
sure.
stuff there. All right, so I'm curious now. Like, I mean, you said you learned under Lily Ray. I'm curious, was there any
Hmm.
other people that you kind of like followed, or any other resources that helped you like learn SEO?
I mean, everyone at the Women in Tech community really, like I really looked up to Arij when she was still in SEO. She's kind of moved away from that now, but still a really like powerful figure. Alita Solis,
Mm-hmm.
love her. She's, full of knowledge and willing to share it with everyone. Really positive. I love Crystal.
Mm.
Crystal
Yes, Chris.
Carter. Whoop! Shout out.
There you go.
Yeah, I love following her too. And she's also a great person. So
Yes, yes.
yeah, so I like to, basically just like stalk people on LinkedIn.
There you go. There you go. All right, everyone. All right, guys, let's get right into today's topic, which is AI user journeys for SEO. So for those that don't know the difference between a user journey map and traditional marketing funnel or customer journey, can you kind of explain this for everyone?
Yeah, user journeys. So I'm sure if you're in marketing, you've heard of customer journeys,
Mhm.
right? The journey that customers take to get from awareness to consideration to purchase. User journeys are very similar, but when I talk about it today, it's about like the search journey. Really, it's the channel is search specifically. So so it's basically how do you kind of look at that journey through the lens of search.
Got it. So, but see, you actually use this pirates analogy for something. I mean, it's like, how can SEO learn from this pirates analogy? I know I saw it in one of your presentations, but for those that haven't seen the presentation, like, what is this pirate analogy with SEO?
Okay, this is we're gonna go on a journey together.
Okay.
Yeah, this was based on a talk from my Brighton talk a couple years back. But if you think about pirates, okay, you think piracy, it's a job, right? It's really like that's their job, and like any job, they want to make money. They want to, earn a living, and the way they do that is pirating, like stealing it, or like taking it from like other ships, invading the ships, whatever.
Yeah.
But the question that I posed is, how do pirates know like which ships to invade? Like, how do they know that, right?
Yeah.
Because it's too big of a risk to just like randomly pick a ship. What if they don't have anything worth stealing?
Yep, exactly.
Right? So because there's that risk, they need a strategy. And I actually, if you Google this, this is 100% true. Pirates used to use maps. So they use maps. They use like trade routes to help them decide, okay, which ships have the treasure, have the most return. So that's how they pinpoint which ships to go after. So they're in the right place at the right time.
Oh yeah. Love that. I mean, it makes total sense. I mean, now I'm seeing that that user journey mapping. I get it. All right. Okay, let's get into step one. I mean, like, what's the foundations of like user journey mapping? And so, like, you talk about user journeys in SEO that before the user lands on your websites. How are you figuring this out?
Yeah. So it's like the space between, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, if we look at this from the lens of search, there's gonna be you have to consider the user's mindset when they before they start their search even, and that's what I call like a motivation.
Okay.
What's their motivation at that point?
Okay.
So you start with motivations. That motivation is what's going to push them to search something.
Okay.
So that's what I mean when you have to like consider like where's the mindset of the user before they actually search.
Okay. So can you walk us through like this first step then, like, laying that foundation and setting this
objective here? Yeah, for sure. So to build that journey, you have to think about the motivations of the user to search for specific queries, and queries that you can answer on your website, essentially, right? What does that journey look like? What are those motivations? And then within those motivations, what are the pain points within each of the motivations? Like, what kind of roadblocks do they encounter? What kind of additional questions do they have while they're in that specific stage? So that's kind of how you start. And then so I think a good example is, let's say I want to my dog is really bored at home.
Okay.
Right. And I'm like, okay, what is my motivation? Right. I want to look for something to entertain my dog. So maybe the first motivation is, what can I get my dog to keep her entertained at home? So that's how you start your search. That's like kind of like the awareness stage.
Yes, yes.
And then as I move along that journey, I might discover new things, right? Like, oh, there's interactive toys. Okay, so what's my next motivation? Like, which toys is my dog gonna like, right? That kind of thing. So that's like that's how you kind of set that example. Set the foundation for that journey.
Got it. So like when it comes to like, let's say tools and stuff like this, I mean, like if you think about it in keywords, like what are you using to like gather a lot of this information, or what's helping you kind of, instead of you just kind of thinking about it, you have some tools to help us like, okay,
yes, exactly. So how do you actually build this out?
Yeah.
And this is why I think AI is like crucial for building out this user journey. Because traditionally in marketing, you build out customer journey, you need data, right? You need like customer insights, you need like surveys or like focus group data. But a lot of times, like, we just don't have that. Right? What do? We can use AI to help us fill in those gaps. So what I've built out, the process I've sort of built out is using ChatGPT, or you can use other AI platforms to basically form that journey for you to kind of fill in that gap. So and I actually explain this in detail. I have a blog post I've written about it, explaining step by step, and I've also have that Whiteboard Friday episode where you can reference. So in case it's not clear here, you can reference those. But so basically, you use ChatGPT and you ask, you put in the prompt.
What would be
my business? What's my business? I sell dog toys. I sell dog toys, right? So a prompt would be, this is my business. I sell dog toys online. What are the key motivations that a customer would look for or would ask? And then ChatGPT, the response will be they'll list motivations for you.
You got the motivations,
and that's where you get the starting point. So those motivations, think of those as like user journey stages. So stages, top level stages. So you have the stages there, and then once you have that list, you do like a follow-up prompt. So choose one motivation. A user, searching for something to entertain my dog, right? That's number one motivation. So you ask ChatGPT, under this motivation, what are some pain points that a user would come across when they're trying to solve their issue or search for this? Again, ChatGPT will give you a list of pain points. Maybe there's toys that are like they're very expensive. I don't know what kind of toys there are out there. Maybe there's toys that are too hard for dogs. Not all dogs are like super intelligent. That's really sad. But no, they're all
smart.
Yeah, they're all smart. So pain points like that, right? And then that's how you do step by step, building out each of those stages into pain points or milestones. That's what I call them. So under each stage are like milestones.
Got it. So when it comes to motivations and pain points, so like where are these like how do you map this within that journey so people can understand? Okay, we have this motivation and then we have the pain point.
Yeah. Well, not all search journeys are linear. Which is one thing to consider. In fact, that's what Google they've mentioned, like the messy middle, right? Like search journeys they can go like a squiggly line. So, but for our purposes, to stay organized, you can group them, right? You can group them under like the traditional marketing model, which is like awareness which
Yeah.
stages are under awareness,
Yeah.
which stages are under like research, and which are under conversion. That's just for for our benefit to like stay organized, but understanding that doesn't mean it's a linear journey.
Yeah, got it. I got it. So, how do you
Yeah.
make sure like when like the AI outputs are like kind of pretty accurate? Like, I mean, like, how are you using like keyword? Are you like using like keyword data? I mean, to validate some of this, like,
Yes.
can you kind of define, like, help us understand that process?
Yeah, bingo. I mean, you're absolutely right. You use keyword data.
Mm-hmm.
We all know
Mm-hmm.
that AI sometimes hallucinates
Yeah.
and makes up stuff. So you can't take it at their word.
Mm-hmm.
So you validate that journey using keyword data.
Okay.
So, whatever keyword research tool you use, you gather a seed list of
Mm-hmm.
keywords, and then you validate it by categorizing them
Okay. Okay.
under each stage and each milestone.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
Yeah.
that's a perfect segue into categorization, right? Like this, so now you've
hmm
actually categorized your keywords here. So, I mean, like, are you how are, I mean, now how are you categorizing with even with these these? You know, we have the data now. How are you like?
Yeah.
Like, how are you like grouping them, or you know?
I mean, that's another thing that AI is useful for.
Ah, okay, okay, okay.
You can use AI to help you categorize. So in the past, I've used GPT for Sheets to categorize keywords into like milestones.
Mm-hmm.
Um, a few caveats. At the time I used it, it was a paid tool.
Okay.
I mean, it was like pennies, but
Uh-huh.
like you still have to pay for it. So that's something to consider. Um,
Okay.
and another thing is you do have to train that tool. Like you can't just like give it the data and say go. You have to train it.
So, what does GPT for Sheets do? I mean, what if someone that doesn't know? Because I have never used it, so I'm curious. Like, what does it will actually do? What's its purpose?
Yeah. So I mean, at least the way I'm sure there's like other use cases for it, but the way
Mm.
I've used it is you have your list of milestones, like user journey milestones,
Uh-huh.
and then you have your keyword list. And what you do is put them in the sheet,
Mm-hmm.
and then you have it's basically GPT. It's a formula
Mm-hmm.
you input, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just like a basic like Google Sheet formula.
Mm-hmm.
So that formula will basically categorize the keywords within your list of milestones. But again, you have to train it. So you do have to kind of manually give the tool examples.
Mm-hmm.
So just say like you have a list of like 20 milestones and then 20 keyword examples, and say this is how I want you to match it.
Okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay. Well, how about this? How about if there's some like duplicate keywords in there, right? Like fall under
hmm
different categories. How do you solve for that?
Oh yeah. I mean, I feel like that falls in the bucket of like you have to check the AI work output.
So it's like, okay,
In my experience, AI is like 80% accurate in
okay,
this use case.
okay.
I mean,
80%.
it
That's pretty
takes you
low, don't you think?
it's
80.
pretty good. It's pretty good. It's not perfect, right?
Mhm.
So I think, in that sense, like if you do spot like duplicates, for example, like that's definitely like a human, like you have to check it, you have to
Mhm.
QA it. Think of it as like an intern, right?
Oh, there
Like
you go.
they're very green. They don't know what they're doing, so you have to check their work.
All right, all right. We gotta check. Make sure you check your work. We have a few people that joined. You know, George is in the building. Grace for the win. Hello, George. Debbie says great analogy. I'm pretty sure she was referring back to the pirates, the pirate analogy, which is a
Yeah.
great analogy there. And so I want to make sure if you guys have any questions, feel free to stop us anytime while we're going kind of through these steps over here. So we want to go ahead and give you the opportunity to kind of get some clarification on creating your own AI user journeys for SEO. So be sure to check that out. So let's get back right into it. So I want to go into more of like the We are now in what step 4 now? Is it more on like once we have the user journey map complete? How do you recommend SEOs to use it to audit existing content and like identify gaps?
Yeah, exactly. That's like the next step.
Yeah.
So if once you've built out that whole journey, right, and you've mapped the keywords, you then match the pages on your site to each milestone.
Okay.
So ideally, you would have one page mapped to one milestone.
Okay.
So that's kind of like where search intent comes in. Like, if you think about like SEO fundamentals, right? Each page should only have one intent. So,
Okay.
so let's say like the milestone is, you know, is think back to a pain point, right? What if a toy is, this toy is too expensive? How do I find like an affordable toy? That's a pain point.
Yep.
So maybe you have a page on your site that lists like the top 10 affordable dog toys.
Okay. There we go.
Right. So that's that page mapped to that pain point or to that milestone.
Yep. Makes a lot of sense.
So you work through your content that way, matching them to each milestone. And then if you come across a milestone where you say, hey, like I don't have a page that matches this milestone, there's your content gap right there. You can create new content based on that milestone, especially if it's got like search volume keywords that map to that milestone, right? It's a really good opportunity.
Excellent.
Yes. So I mean, what about if there are multiple pages for multiple like milestones? I mean, how would you? Is that considered like would you kind of change things up, or is it okay to have multiple pages to some milestones?
Yeah, I mean, it's like it depends. Yeah, I mean, I've definitely come across that before.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, say you have like multiple pages that could fit into one milestone, and there's keyword data backing it up. Then you have to consider like, oh, should I actually split out this milestone?
Okay.
Because maybe it's worth doing that, right? Maybe each, the milestones are very similar, but they're different enough where you think, okay, like these search intents are related, but they are different. So let's split them up and let's split up the milestone so that then you would adjust your user journey accordingly.
Got it. So how about mapping like other profile pages, like let's say YouTube or other like social pages that can possibly answer like this? Because just like Google, right?
Yeah.
They have different channels that kind of answer certain questions that they'll show up maybe a YouTube video for a certain question. I mean, how do we kind of incorporate this within that user journey mapping?
Yeah. I mean, that definitely, again, like as we said, you have to think of the mindset of the user. The user is not just searching on Google, like you said. They're searching on other platforms, right? So you can add like additional data to your journey. I know some like keyword research platforms will have like YouTube search data, for example, that uses keywords, but the search volume is a little different. It's different from like Google search volume. So I have mapped this before with a previous client where we compared Google search volume versus YouTube search volume versus Amazon, and compared those search volumes along the entire journey. So what you see is like, let's say the journey is like on the x-axis, right? And then you plug in keyword volume along that entire journey, and you'll see like the line graph, the like 3 different line graphs, and see like where the opportunities are. Like, okay, so people search on Google less at this stage, but more on YouTube at this stage. So then you can kind of compare and kind of strategize like, okay, what should we go after? Which platform is better to invest in at which stage?
Okay. Got it. All right. So I want to go into more of like you're talking about some line graphs and stuff like that. I mean, I'm curious about more like these visualizations, the visualization of data to align
Yeah.
with stakeholders. I mean, can you kind of walk us through how you do this and how the KPIs of visuals have worked for you to get more buy-in on some of these?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, this is a huge. Visuals are like, what do you call it? Picture is worth 1,000 words. That's so old school. But yeah, this visual is like really compelling, especially for like stakeholders and getting buy-in from clients. So if you build out this journey and you visually show them with data like where the opportunities are, then like they're sold. Essentially, I've gotten a very high success rate.
We're just showing visuals, and these visuals are pretty much showing what the whole map of where people are at and the matching the volume and everything like that.
Yeah, it's. I mean, if you think about the journey and then the stages and milestones, it can get very granular, and that's where like you get like these nuggets of like, oh, this very specific milestone has like huge opportunity, but we're currently not showing up there, and the competition is relatively low, so you can uncover like very interesting insights using that visual.
Got it. All right. George says, I mask my amateur reporting skills behind mediocre visuals, and it's working out so far. All right. So let's go into more of like the evolution and the future proofing of this process, because I've noticed like a couple of years ago you talk about user journeys, right? Then it evolved to using AI with your user journeys, right? So now your whole concept has been evolving with these times. So I'm curious, like, when with search evolving, with AI coming through, like, what are some other things that you see updating this in the future of when you're
mapping? I mean, of course, the next step is integrating AI search into the journey. Whether we're talking about like AI overviews, where along this journey are AI overviews showing up, or like which milestones are triggering the most AI overview results, right? So that's like the next step of where this is going. And then of course, adding on to that, where are LLMs showing up? Now, I think it's going to be very time. It's going to take a lot of time, like manual time, because there's no, as far as I know, there's no reliable tool to kind of get LLM data at a query level. Unless someone in the audience knows of a tool, let me know.
You could definitely try out Profound. Profound is definitely one of them. And then I know a lot of the other tools, all the SEO tools, are trying to have the new features. It always says beta.
Yeah.
Because I have multiple clients where I have different access to different tools, and there's definitely like more like AI search or AIO at least within as beta features within these tools. So I know like they're trying to catch on, but I think for right now the only one that actually focuses on actual AI search, I believe, is Profound. Profound's like the one that I've come across.
I'll have to check that out.
Yeah. So like Deb is asking actually, what tools do you use to build visuals or of a journey?
I mean, I've mostly used Sheets, Google Sheets. I mean, if it's a lot of data, then Excel, but I think Google Sheets can handle most of the visualizations that I've used anyway.
Okay.
Yeah. I know it's not a Google plug. It's just personal experience.
Millennial Money Mom says Search Atlas has LLM.
Nice.
I'm surprised I have to look that up too, because I've used I actually am a user of Search Atlas, and I have to definitely check that out. Thanks for pointing that out because I need to see where that feature is at. All right, so I want to make sure. We're coming close to time here. If you have any questions, go ahead and ask them in the live chat. So I want to go into more. Let's see here. Like in the last few questions, I have so you shared that many times teams overlook the early stages of the journey. Why do you think brands struggle with this upper funnel SEO, and how can the journey mapping help fix this?
Yeah. But I mean, I think this has been a long-standing struggle with a lot of brands and marketers in general. Brands kind of overlook the like where users learn about their brands. Like how does that even happen, right? They kind of like take that for granted. So I think really understanding that beginning, especially the beginning stages, like even like before awareness, right? Understanding the mindset of your potential customers in those beginning stages will really help you kind of pinpoint, okay, like how do I get these customers to help them along that journey and learn and discover my brand, essentially.
Got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
When it comes to like, let's say, can you explain a little more like on how tracking search intent and motivation is actually a lot more better than just like keywords alone? I mean, like what's your advice here?
Yeah. I mean, I've thought a lot about this. I think a lot of people place too much emphasis or importance on like keyword ranking or keywords in general, really. Keywords is like a metric, right? And the thing is this goes back to search intent.
Yep.
A lot of keywords can have the same search intent, like different keywords, same search intent, right? And keywords are basically like infinite. They're infinite.
Yep.
They're endless. Like there's new keywords every day, all the time. So I think it's more efficient to track these milestones or these stages rather than like chasing keywords and chasing keyword rankings and yeah, I mean that's
So
that's my 2 cents.
Yeah, exactly. Because I mean, I feel like even right now, like when you optimize for intent, you can have one page ranked for like thousands of keywords instead of just focusing on one keyword. And I feel like that's more of a win, right? If you create like a really complete piece of content that can like have more queries get attracted to it, I feel like that's you get more. You're covering your most of the, like your that certain part of the journey of like, okay, this is solid, and then you go to another part that can cover it with instead of just keywords. Because if you're just going by keywords, you may only have that search volume of just that one keyword, and you're ignoring all the other like long tail and other like keywords that people are searching for by just not optimizing the content for intent. Yeah,
exactly. That's why it's so important to think about it from a like intent point of view rather than just like I have to rank for this keyword or else.
yeah. No, like definitely. I mean, it could be a target keyword, but then again, it's like it can there shouldn't be your only like definite thing.
Exactly. Yeah.
So,
exactly.
All right, guys. I mean, so I'm coming to my last question here. If you guys have any questions, please ask them in live chat so I can get to them right after I ask my last question. So this is the last question I asked all SEO professionals that come on here. If someone wants to get into the SEO game, SEO industry today, what would your advice be to them?
Oh, I mean, there's so many resources out there, especially now, right? Like when I got into it, I read everything, like all the newsletters, publications, like learning everything I could about SEO. So that's one thing. Like now you have so much at your fingertips. Not just Google. You have AI to kind of help you. Although do check if that's accurate. Do ask AI to cite their sources.
There you go.
There you go. Okay. But also I would say, don't be afraid to reach out to people who are already in the industry and established. Like the SEO community is like really open and willing to share and knowledge drop,
Mhm.
essentially.
Yeah.
There's so many resources out there. So yeah, don't be afraid to kind of reach out.
Love it. Okay, for this episode to feel complete for you and for people to reach out to you, like any last comments and how can people get a hold of you?
Yeah, I mean, I'm on LinkedIn. That's basically the only like social platform I'm on. So, and I check it almost every day. So, reach out to me if you have questions or if you just like to connect. Yeah, let me know.
Love it. Everyone's getting a round of applause. All right. Grace, can you hold on for one quick second?
Yep.
All right, guys, that concludes another episode of the SEO Video Show. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And also, don't forget to visit our sponsor. Go to magicpr.com and use code SEO Show for 10% off, I believe. Yeah, 10% off using code SEO Show. Till next time, I will see you guys next week. Peace out.
Thank you for watching. Hope you come back next week. Make sure to subscribe. You don't want to miss a thing. Hope you learn something new because the vibe is incredible. From the special SEO professionals, SEO video show. Let's work. Want to see you be an SEO expert. Paul Andre de Vera helping you step it up. No delay right now. Time to level up. Hey, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe. Woo!